this...
We searched to the north, but couldn't find anyone who matched the description.
Well, that complicates things. The city folks say there's no sign of him.
Excuse me, sirs. Have you found out anything about my dad yet?
Ah, hey there, buddy.
The boy asked for our help, so we're here to join the search. Any new developments to update us on?
Oh, thank goodness. We were just discussing how we're running up. As for updates...
The guards at the crossing up ahead said they hadn't seen anyone either.
Luhua Pool? The terrain there can be tricky to navigate. Let's hope he hasn't run into any trouble.
You will? Oh, great. We can't thank you enough.
Sorry we weren't able to find your...
That's okay. Thank you for trying. Brace yourself.
There's somebody over there! Oh no! It's... Hey, you! Stop! Don't go any further! Watch where you're going! Oh, dear customer. Wangsheng Funeral Parlor does appreciate your patronage, but you needn't hasten the inevitable. Are you all right? Huh?
Dad!
Hey, Hotel!
My, who do we have here? It's the Traveler in Paimon, and, my worst nightmare.
I see she still hasn't warmed to you.
Thank you, Director Hu, for saving this man.
Dad, are you okay? Do you recognize me? It's me, Your name is Jiao Liang, and you live just west of Qingse Village. You were supposed to come to Liyue Harbor to see the doctor, remember? Does that jog your memory?
Oh, my name is Jia Liang. Liyue Harbor. See the doctor?
Uh-oh. He seems in really bad shape. We need to get him back to Boo Boo Farm. Sorry, Hotel. Gotta dash. Dinner's on us next time.
Hold on a second. You're not seriously thinking of taking him to Boo Boo Pharmacy in this state, are you?
Huh? Why?
Come on, Baizhu. Don't tell me you haven't noticed it. Didn't your master teach you how to spot the signs?
Why do I get the sense that you spotted them right away, but you're planning to use it for your own ends?
Use what? What are you talking about?
There are traces of god remains in Jialiang's system.
Oh, yes, but more importantly, they're on the verge of an outburst. If that happens, the consequences will be unthinkable.
I'm sorry.
There's no need to worry, Director Hu. I have methods of keeping them at bay. It is the sworn duty of all who practice medicine to cure illnesses and save lives. What reason would I have to neglect a patient in need who is right there in front of me? Besides, it was my late master's dying wish to be able to save this patient in particular. Perhaps out of respect for him, you could give me a day's grace so that I have time to treat him?
Now you're bringing my great-uncle into this? Baizhu, just what are you planning this time?
Merely to cure this man, nothing more. But of course, if you have any doubt as to my intentions, you are more than welcome to accompany me to Boo Boo Pharmacy and monitor my activities.
Oh, really? I thought I was persona non grata at Boo Boo Pharmacy. You're being unusually generous today. Okay, deal. We're not gonna solve anything by keeping Jialiang here. I'm happy to do it your way, but only for my great-uncle's sake and the travelers, of course.
You must be pleased you brought the traveler along. Otherwise, this would have been a much more vexing ordeal.
Well, time is of the essence. Let's get ourselves back to Boo Boo Pharmacy at once. Blockages within the cardiovascular system, reduced blood flow and energy circulation? I see. I suppose this must have come.
Dr. Baizhu, how bad is it? Can you cure him?
Don't you worry. Baiju's a really great doctor. He's sure to find a way. Isn't that right, Baiju?
Ayu, do you know when your father first started displaying these symptoms?
I'm not sure. He's been like this for as long as I can remember. But it wasn't...
So it's been a long... No. I have a... Come and see me again tomorrow morning. I promise that by then, Ayu will find his father healthy and lucid again.
Thank you, Dr. Baizhu. Thank you so much.
If you still have any misgivings, Director Hu, please feel free to hang around for as long as you wish.
However, it would be best if you step outside this room. A doctor must be able to focus when treating a patient. Any distractions heighten the risk of complications.
Yes, of course, absolutely. I'll just go and look at the flowers or something. But I will be back in an instant at the first sign that something's amiss.
See you tomorrow, Baizhu and Chang-Chang.
Bye.
Are you ready, Baizhu?
Ready as I'll ever be.
Well, huh? You know, Paimon's kind of curious after hearing Baizhu mention those people from his past. What do you think they were like? Yeah, you must be curious too, right? Let's go see what we can find out while Baiju's busy treating Ayu's dad.
Mr. Quay, I want to go to the Adventurers Guild and get them to help look for my mom. Should I take anything with me?
Wow, these two are hard at work.
Idling time on admiring the scenery, the spectacled snake-bedecked docs doing surgery. Hello, you busy bees, and what do you have to discuss with the funeral director today? Actually, don't tell me. Let me guess. From the looks on your faces, you've got some questions for me.
Guilty as charged. So, we were just a little curious about Baiju's master. What was he like? Oh, and also, how come you and Baiju could tell so quickly that Jia Liang had god remains in his system?
Huh? I thought I told you once before. Wangsheng Funeral Parlor was first founded to fight back against the vengeful wrath of gods defeated in war. Well, it is a dusty old tale by this point. Long story short, in the ancient world, dead gods were acting up, so our ancestors started purifying the air and burning the bodies of the deceased to guard the border between life and death. These days, we don't deal with the wrath of the gods anymore, but all the relevant know-how is still passed down to each generation, so we can identify gods' remains when we see them.
Okay, Paimon gets it now. Wait, so how did Baiju learn to spot them?
Almost certainly from his master, who was also my great-uncle. Baiju's master was my grandpa's younger brother, a former deputy director of Wangsheng Funeral Parlor.
Wow, fancy that.
According to that pharmacist must have cast. My grandpa had a huge argument with him, but he couldn't convince him to stay. So my grandpa inherited the funeral parlor, while my great-uncle stayed in Chenyu Vale to practice medicine. They never...
Funeral director to doctor is a pretty big career change. Kinda hard to imagine. But why did it drive a wedge between them for the rest of their lives? That seems a bit extreme.
If he had just become a regular doctor, there would have been no issue. After all, the Wangsheng Funeral Parlor wasn't unlike a regular doctor's clinic in the early days. But according to my grandpa, the pharmacist they met had a very ominous aura about him. And on top of that, the kind of medicine practiced in the Chenyu Vale tradition goes against the natural order of things.
In what way?
Don't know. My grandpa didn't know the specifics. And you've seen how wary Baiju is around me. He'd never tell me anything. But even that says to me that he definitely has something to hide. One thing I do know about Baiju is that he's obsessed with the idea of immortality. But whether that has anything to do with what he's hiding... Anyway, so I will be sticking around here for now to keep a close eye on the situation.
After all that, it seems like we have no trust. It's a new day! Let's go back to Fufu Pharmacy and check out how Xiaoliang is doing.
Dad!
Oh,
Dad, you remember me!
yes. I remember now. Oh, Ayu, I'm so sorry. You must have been worried sick. Has your mom shown up yet? She's been...
Don't worry, Dad. I got the Adventurers Guild to help us look for her. And Dr. Baiju's gonna help too. Right now, all you need to do is concentrate on getting better.
Great. That's wonderful. I can't thank you enough, Dr. Baish.
My pleasure.
Not at all, Dr. Baish.
You're still in the early stage.
I suggest you stay at Boop.
Director Who, do you have any further
It seems like the evil but how did you accomplish?
Though I regret to say that Boo Boo Pharmacy cannot offer to reimburse Wang Sheng Funeral Parlor for any revenue.
Oh, come on, Baiju. I'm not that unreasonable.
I've been stuck indoors for too long. Baiju, take me outside for some air, or I'm going to suffocate.
Yes, of course. Everyone, please.
Suffering now, are we? Did you... But in any case, why must you keep this a secret from everybody? You should at least share your secret with one person you trust.
Who's there? Why did you follow us here? Oh, it's nothing.
What did I just say about putting on a brave face, Traveler? Paimon, the truth is, instead, he transferred some of his own life force. Baiju, can you please...
My predecessors in medicine forged a contract with Chang. I believe the irregularities with Jialiang's... The poison has not been purged from Jialiang's system.
Chang? You can do that? Hey, I'll have you know that I commanded the respect I was treating patients with Baiju's master's Whoa, guess you shouldn't...
Please, that's enough.
Wait a sec. Huto was saying that the branch of medicine you studied uses some pretty dubious methods. So, when you transfer your life force, does that mean you're actually damaging your own...
Hardly. Changsheng helps to keep my chi in balance, so there is no great harm done.
Still, Baiju's life force is not unlimited. We must find a way to neutralize the poison in Jialiang's body. And soon. Traveler, Paimon, would you lend this dummy a hand? He needs someone checking up on him, or he'll exhaust himself trying to accomplish... Baiju, don't you...
Thank you, Traveler.
Paimon doesn't think we've seen this side...
The poison in Jialiang's system, yes. I asked Ayu this. Let's head there together once I've asked, as well as investigating
Pardon my indiscretion.
Whoa! There's a house all the way out here? Huh. It's so well hidden, Paimon's never noticed it before.
Nor have I. And I've hosted clinics at Chingsa Village.
Oh, that reminds Paimon. We meant to ask...
She was indeed. We studied... She is several years older than I and also began...
Supposedly. Wait, Changsheng, are you saying neither of you had actually met Jialiang or Ayu before all of this?
Jiang Li did occasionally come back to Chenyu Vale to see our master, but for whatever reason, she hardly ever talked. The last time she visited us,
Quarrel? What happened?
I don't know. I did not witness the argument myself.
Nor did Master.
Oh.
No.
Paimon never knew you were so...
So a few...
What the...
Let's split up. But if...
Time for retribution! Ha! Ha!
What'd they do this time?
Traveler, Paimon, come quick!
What is this?
Changsheng and I found a hidden compartment. This...
You sense it.
Is it?
No. Your eyes do not deceive you. Some toxins act a lot like living... If it's a concoction of...
Offshoots? So, the main...
Correct. Whoever is administering the poison can manipulate...
The call of the... Wait.
Only one thing could have been...
This is getting crazier and Hey! Why is every...
Since this poison was carefully hidden away,
You mean... Jialiang?
think a little harder, Paimon. Someone else who lives here.
Huh? So you're saying... It was Jiang Li? Wait, but... That doesn't make any...
I agree. It makes little sense. Jiang Li does not strike me as the kind of person who would do such a thing.
Look at the facts, though.
It's too early to draw any Yes. According to the... So if we can find and destroy... Do you know anything about God remain...
Even the...
Didn't you...
Well,
Changsheng's memories and powers are not what they were in her prime. These days, she has to enter a...
Whoa. What? Enter a contract? Sure.
hey! Plenty of people would jump at the chance to join forces with a powerful being like me. With my assistance in rebalancing your chi, not only can you extend your lifespan...
Stronger and healthier? Baiju.
Unfortunately, Changsheng...
Temperament. Ugh! Paimon's mad! You're getting ugly nicknames, both of you! Baiju, you're Mannequin Man! Changsheng, you're just a pain in the neck!
This is exactly why your natural temperament makes you woefully unsuited to being my host.
All right, everybody, calm down. Back to...
With how antisocial they are? What?
Seems you're as well connected...
Oh, if you're talking about who Paimon thinks you're talking about, you better do...
You called?
Gets Paimon every time.
Aren't all Adepti in the habit of materializing at a
Well, this is unexpected. Huh? Baiju of Boo Boo Pharmacy. I do believe I've had the pleasure before. The Lantern Rite, when we met briefly, I was unaware of your true identity. I must...
Huh? You two already know each...
Our paths have crossed once before. I sense the presence of evil spirits. Is this why you called me? So someone has been concocting demonic poison. Too often. Fervent, I now know what you seek. A vile monster known as the Ch once wrought havoc. The land was finally... The seal is still mostly in... However, its aura, I do not like to... But when demonic forces are involved, things can spiral out of control. If that happens, be sure to call my name again. I do not wish to sway decisions that are mortals to make, but immortality may not be the blessing that you imagine.
I shall treasure your words of
Farewell.
What a strange adeptus. That's you for ya!
If the god remains are leaking from underground, Jiangli must be paying a visit to a
Master? Master?
Gui? Did you run all the way from Boo Boo Pharmacy?
What happened? Don't panic. Just...
It's Jiaoliang. He was fine one minute, and then he suddenly took a turn for the worse.
Already? Based on past experience.
It seems... Everyone, back to Boo...
What's wrong? Dad?
Don't be scared. Dr. Baishu will be back soon.
How is he doing?
Dr. Baishu, you're back! My dad was doing fine earlier.
When Gui left, he was still conscious.
Gui, please take Jiaoliang to the back room and
Yes, of course.
Don't worry, Ayu. I will cure your...
Baishu's not gonna use Changsheng's secret art again, is he?
How are you feeling, Dad? Are you still hurting any?
Much better, Ayu. I'm feeling much better.
Master said he needed to take a quick rest and asked me to bring you out of the treatment room. He hasn't emerged yet, so he must still be
Oh, really? I don't know.
No, the Adventurers Guild hasn't gotten back.
I'll come with...
Don't forget what Master said.
Though, on the bright side...
Traveler, Baiju hasn't shown his face ever since he went in to treat you. Huh? Hey, wait! You're finally awake?
There was no time. I had no other choice. Jiangli's design is quite brilliant.
So, how much longer do you think Baiju's gonna nap? They've been outside waiting for you the whole time. Surely he hasn't. There's no way he could have... Who's talking behind our backs again? Ah! Baiju! Changsheng!
Of course. There's no need to be concerned.
Jialiang seemed fine yesterday.
And as a result...
What?
Yes. But more pertinently, Jialiang has a rare... Though it was created from God...
Had he not taken it all these years...
Still, using poison to treat a disease is... Moreover...
That explains why Ayu said his...
God remains are extremely dangerous to be around. Because humans have... I fear that the situation...
I never suspected that even Zhongli would turn to the same path as so many others over the years. Perhaps this is the inevitable course of fate. To sacrifice one's own life to save others. To go beyond...
Well, I think that it's... In any case, her regular exposure... And given that she's already been missing for several days, I am fearing the worst.
It's me, Traveler, Dr. Baiju.
It's Jill.
Dr. Baiju, you've already done so much. After all, if it wasn't for me, I'm sure I'll be...
Be careful. If you get too...
No! Before I forget everything...
This trip will be extremely dangerous.
I never expected to live this long in the first place. My death is already long overdue. There's only one thing I fear now, and that's that I'll forget...
Very well.
Dr. Baiju? Are you heading out again?
Yes. This could be a long one. Could you please prepare a dose of the usual formula? Please add an extra measure of mistgrass pollen, and 1 dose each of the ingredients from the...
Doc...
Hop to it now, and...
Okay.
Today is a lucky day.
It's just like the day I went missing.
The Motherlode's influence is growing stronger. Jialiang, can you sense which direction?
I think it's this way. Yes, I'm sure of it. I feel a dull ache in my heart. This must be the way. This place feels familiar. I think I've been here before.
There isn't.
I think I remember this place.
Jialiang, are you okay?
No, I have to keep going.
Let's get this show on the road.
This place gives the digging marks here. A thieves' tunnel?
Judging by the tool. But why did they abandon this place?
I remember now. But she She said that the method...
Easy, Gia.
Here we go! Stand with me! Flag fly! Observe! Whirling snow! Yeah! Let's play! Flags up! And step! The deck is sealed!
Mind the side effects. Taking a turn for the better.
Whoa, there's a sensor here. Those treasure hoarders sure made themselves...
I believe this sensor was used to burn a monster-repelling...
A monster-repelling incense?
The incense was burned several days... No doubt an encounter with the After them, Jiang Li...
That's right. This sensor, it belongs to Jiang... This is where... I told Jiang Li to give me the...
Jiang Liang!
I'm fine. Let's keep going. I can feel it. We're getting close. We're almost there. It's right up ahead. The place where we made a pact together to...
Aha! We can keep going now!
From the looks of it, the energy released by this mechanism cannot only pull barriers, but also be conducted by corresponding mechanisms. Perhaps it's something we can make use of.
Time for takeoff. Our bond is strong. Coming Satellite. Surrender!
A bit bitter pill to swallow.
The doctor will see you now.
Seems like an emergency. Mind the side effects.
Strike is one. And leap. Lightning terrified. Blood fly. Think you can get away? Embrace the ice. Yeah. Take flight. Brace yourself.
Joy!
There's a monster next to her!
The god remains must have lured them here. Watch my back.
Whirling snow! Time for takeoff. Let's play!
Take flight! Kamisato art! Sumetsu! Here we go! Whirling snow!
Remember, health comes first. This is nothing. A bitter pill to swallow.
Out of step! You're grounded in alley! Think you can get away? Let's play!
Take flight!
Brace yourselves! The doctor was stealing.
A bitter pill to swallow. Taking a turn for the better.
Dr. Baiju, how serious is it?
I can still feel a pulse, but her condition is quite... The god remains here are encroaching on her cognition. If we don't eliminate it soon...
Then, what are we waiting for? It's not as simple as that. Don't you remember what Baiju said? The poison within Jialiang's body is inextricably linked to the god remains here. If the source is purged, the poison in his system will stop having any effect. And the poison within Jialiang's body is keeping his heart condition under... Oh no.
Indeed. If the god remains here are purged...
I wondered when this day might...
Wait! But we've all been working our butts off to save Baiju. You're a great doc...
You could continue...
It appears to me that she was striving to concoct your medicine for you.
Dr. Baiju, give it to me straight. How long did...
The god remains have reached her internal organs. Under ordinary circumstances, I would give her less than 3...
But what would be the point of that? Dr. Baiju, if I continue to sustain my own life, I know for a fact that I should have died over a decade ago. The fact that I've been around to see if my choice can bring Jiangli back.
Jialiang.
After cheating death for so long, it seems I've... Traveler.
Of course.
Thank you, everyone. And I'm sorry that...
Jialiang.
I am sure that over the years, Jiangli will have...
Mortals are fated to grow old and pass on when their natural lifespan runs out. If it were so easy to combat the natural processes of aging and death, Jiangli would not... What a crazy situation! Jiangli risked it all to save Jialiang's life, and now...
I've seen many final farewells in my time, but I can never get used to it.
In the human realm, all things must come to an end. At least, that's what...
The path they chose was indeed a heroic one. But when I think of those who would willingly... I cannot help but think that theirs are the lives least deserving of death.
When all this began... If you could only see him now. So, I've said my goodbyes.
As you wish.
It will eat away at both your cognition and your memories. In the end, you'll become little more than a shadow of...
I'll take it. At the very least, it will allow me...
Mom, something's really wrong with Dad.
Why would these memories come to mind now? The longer we live... Oh, how I would love to hear your voice one last time.
Jialiang! Jialiang! Jialiang!
Dad, are you awake?
Didn't I... Huh?
How does it feel to come back to life?
Do you feel strange or different in any way?
Dr. Baiju...
Die? You did indeed. As things stand now...
I'm a son.
That's right. Before we set off, of course, this is but whether it will keep you alive for a few days, a few months, or but however long you have left, I believe it should be more than sufficient time for you to say your final goodbyes before—
An elixir of immortality? How'd you cook that up? Ugh.
It's a work in progress that hardly lives up to its name, and it would have had no effect in the end. All I know is that if I'm presented with a life that deserves to be saved, I will do everything in my power to save them. And even this would have counted for nothing without Director Hu's assistance. After all, did you not tell Jia Liang to show us the way before we set off for Qingce village?
Oops. And I'm busted.
Without Director Hu nudging things in the right direction, we may not have found Jiang Li.
No wonder he didn't mention the elixir back.
Director.
Never under.
All I wanted was to help you. Leave it to Boo Boo Pharmacy to. One Chi-Chi was enough of a conundrum.
You stay away from my dad! When I grow up...
Oh, is that right? Well, you wouldn't be the first person. Traveler, Paimon, I'll catch you up.
All's well that ends well. At times like...
It feels like it was a whole life.
Yay! Paimon can't wait! Alright, first things...
Oh, wait up! I'll come too!
Baizhu, thank you so much for...
Don't mention it, Jiangli. I was just doing my duty.
Just your duty, huh?
Now that you are part zombie, there are some... First, don't forget to...
A bitter pill to swallow.
The doctor will see you.